Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Breck Yates, and today I have another ramble video for you today. God damn. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Breck Yates, and we've got a new setup because I've moved. I'm living in an apartment now. Hopefully this setup is semi-interesting. I just threw it together real quick because, well, this video is not planned because, can you guess? Yep. We got another ramble video coming. I'm going to be talking about movies I've seen recently, my opinions on them. Basically, exactly what I did with my last video. But let's get into it. What movie do I want to talk about first? If I'm going to be completely real, I have not been watching a bunch of new movies, but the first movie that I want to talk about, because it's the most recent one that I've seen, is Good Boy. Good Boy is a horror movie that follows a dog. Oh my goodness, so cute. I love dogs. Where is my dog? Good Boy is a horror movie that came out this year that follows a dog. This is my dog. His name is Rex. And I love him. Good Boy, Good Boy, Good Boy. What do I have to say about Good Boy? I think that Good Boy is a terribly average horror movie riddled with cliches that is completely not worth watching. But it's told through the perspective of this cutie patootie ass little pupper named Indy. Beep bop boop bop beep bop. I want to just boop his little snoop. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Everything I said is actually very true, other than the fact that I said that it's not worth watching, because it is worth watching. I think it is very well worth your time. I think that if you've not seen this movie and you have the opportunity to go watch it in theaters, go watch it. It is so fun and interesting and legitimately scary at parts, and I think that it's so cool that this movie can be riddled with so many cliches that we've seen in so many bad horror movies, but it's made interesting and fun and scary because of this perspective change. There are so many scenes in this movie that I've seen in countless other movies, but it just feels so fresh and new and interesting just because we're seeing it through the perspective of this dog. I do have a couple of gripes with the movie. I do feel like it starts getting a little repetitive at parts, but I mean, can you really blame it? It's following a dog. There's not a bunch you can do, but by the end, I truly did not really have any issue because it's a short movie. It does not overstay its welcome. It is filmed in such a way that is not only scary, but it's interesting. Even though there's no dialogue from the dog, you get so much emotion. And one of the coolest parts about this movie is the ending. Not the actual ending of the movie, but after the credits, you get a little behind the scenes look at how the movie was made. This movie was made, I believe, in quarantine is what they said, over it was either 2 or 3 years where they just filmed 1 to 3 hours every single day just recording Indy around the house. This dog is not professionally trained. It was just laying there and they would make funny noises to make it look a certain way, and just through editing and sound design and the music, it feels like you're getting so much emotion from this dog. It's genuinely just such a cool, not only movie, but experience. And if you love dogs, you're gonna love this movie because this dog it's so cute. Next movie, Weapons. I loved Weapons. Weapons was so cool. I was so hyped for this movie and I had no idea what it was gonna be about. And spoilers, there's gonna be spoilers for every movie that I talk about. I'm really not gonna shy away from spoilers. It is so cool to see a modern day witch story, which is not what I thought this was gonna be at all. I saw a couple trailers with the kids running and I was like, I have no idea what this could be about. But not only is it a cool modern witch story, it is told in such a cool way. The way this movie is broken down, where you get repeats of things happening but from different perspectives, it is masterful. It is such a good movie, and although I don't think it's in theaters anymore, if you have not seen it, you have to, especially if you love horror. This is probably my favorite horror movie of the entire year. It was scary. It was funny. Oh my God, was it funny. It was genuinely had me laughing my ass off, and then 2 seconds later jumping out of my seat. I went and watched this movie twice in theaters, and even though I knew that certain scares were coming up, they still got me because that's how good they are. And I'm so excited to see what this director has coming next. Next movie, Together. I went and watched Together with my girlfriend, and it is awesome. It was a genuinely really cool movie. Now, I have a lot more issue with this movie than I did with Weapons and Good Boy. Mainly that the end where it's revealed that it's a cult thing wasn't super insanely interesting. I think that there was a couple missed opportunities because throughout the movie, you're kind of getting teased with this sawzall and you're kind of expecting something extremely graphic and gory to happen, and it is completely off screen, which was funny, but it was also a little disappointing. This movie was also very much hyped up as a body horror, and it is, but it's very, very tame. It's way more tame than I thought it was going to be, which really isn't an issue because it stayed so interesting. I think the best actor in this movie was definitely, what the fuck is her name? Alison Brie. I think she did phenomenal. I think she did so good. Dave Franco, he did... Okay, I don't want to shit on him. I think he did really good, but there was just a couple of lines here and there where I feel like I could tell that the emotion wasn't really hitting or whatever, but it was nothing to take me out of the movie. It was just slightly noticeable at moments, but I think overall he did a really good job. I think that this concept is super cool. I think they did it in a really fun way. I think the ending where they're merging together looked really cool. I didn't love the final ending where it makes it to where you kind of just combine into one person. I don't know. I mean, I think it was kind of played for comedic effect, and I just didn't really find it super funny. But, I mean, nothing about anything that I just said was a deal breaker. Ugh, Jesus Christ. Everything that I just said, none of it is a deal breaker. I think this is a very fun movie that is very much worth your time. And I think it was super fun. And the bathroom scene, Jesus Christ. I have not been so tense in a movie scene in a while. That scene is so uncomfortable. And when I was watching it, again, spoilers, the end of that scene where they separate made my stomach drop. I hated it, but I loved it. It was such a good movie. I highly recommend it. Now, I've watched more than just those 3 movies. Obviously, those are all just horror movies. I've seen a couple of non-horror movies that have come out recently, like F1. I think F1 was a super fun movie. I watched it when it came out, which was a little bit ago, so I don't have the most fresh memory of it, but it was super fun. I'm not even that super into F1, but it stayed interesting the whole time. I think the performances were amazing. It was genuinely one of the most fun movies I've seen in a while. I highly recommend it. That's all I'm really going to say about it, but, just a little quickie review. You know what? I'll do a couple more of those. I'll do a couple quickie reviews. Jeez, I have not watched many new movies. Oh, the Superman movie. I do not give a flying... I do not give a flying fuck about Superman. I have never cared about Superman. Superman has probably been my least favorite comic book character of all time. I've never cared about him at all. But I went into this movie because I have a friend group that was really excited for it. Even just watching the trailers, I was like, this movie seems like it's going to be a stupid comic book movie that I won't care about at all. Holy shit, dude. I am sorry, James Gunn. I will never doubt you again. I am so hyped for his DC universe that he's coming out with because of this movie. I think this is one of the comic book movies of all time. It felt fun. It felt bright. It felt like the messages that it was pushing through did not feel ham-fisted. They felt natural. It was funny. It had emotional moments. It made me care about characters that I didn't even know existed. What the hell was his name? Superman. Where are you? Mr. Terrific. Probably one of my favorite characters in that movie. Who the fuck is Mr. Terrific? It was genuinely just a super fun movie, and I highly recommend it. If you've completely refused to watch this movie because you don't care about Superman or whatever, just give it a watch. It's just a fun movie. Bring Her Back. Bring Her Back came out a while ago. I am late to the party. Bring Her Back is the second film made by the Filippo brothers. Raka Raka.
Oh! Boy, watch out! Oh! Not again!
I loved Talk to Me. I actually had some issues with Talk to Me. I thought Talk to Me was super fun, but I felt like it kind of just fell off at the end a little bit. I didn't love the end of Talk to Me. I feel like the beginning was all super, super like new and interesting and scary, and then I think as it got to the end, it got a little more, I don't know if cliche or generic or whatever. I don't know what the right word is, but I just didn't enjoy the end as much as I did the first half. But that is 1,000% not the case with Bring Her Back. I think Bring Her Back is a way, way better movie, and I loved Talk to Me, so that's saying a lot. I thought Bring Her Back is probably my second favorite horror movie behind Weapons. Weapons, I'll stop sucking Weapons' dick, but no, I won't. Okay, I'm gonna move on after that. Have you guys seen A Quiet Place Day One? That shit is booty. Last topic. There is a series coming out soon related to It. It is called It, Welcome to Derry. I'm sure you've already heard of it, but if you haven't, it's a prequel series to It 2017 and It Chapter 2. It takes place 27 years before the first movie, so I think it's in like the 50s or something.
That is not correct.
But I'm so hyped for that. I have very high hopes. I've been seeing some of the most recent stuff coming out about it. I just want to shoot this opinion out there. People might think I'm stupid for it, but I was kind of hoping that Pennywise looked a little different in this series. Like, and I know that in the first It movie, they show pictures and stuff of like back in the day where it's like, oh, this clown entity's been around for a while and he looks exactly like how he does in the movie. So it wouldn't really make sense for him to look different in this series, but I fuck with the little retconning. I don't know. I just think it would have been cool if they gave him a slightly different look. I don't know. Just keep things interesting. That's really my only complaint. I mean, I haven't been keeping up with the trailers or anything because I kind of want to go in as blind as possible. But I have seen like a little look at Pennywise in the new It Welcome to Derry or whatever. From what I remember seeing, he looks exactly the same as he did in the two most recent movies. You know, whatever. I still have high hopes for the series. I just like seeing something a little new, but whatever. Anyway, I felt like that was all I really had to talk about. I'm sorry if this video was kind of boring. I didn't have too much to talk about, and I didn't really have any super interesting opinions, but I'm really just wanting to try and get back into the groove of making a video every once in a while because I enjoy doing it, and hopefully the next one will be a little more interesting. But I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.